Let's look at how to zip and unzip files. So zipping files is basically compressing files at a reduced size. So for example, you may want to send someone a batch of multiple files, for example, and it's easier to send one zipped folder of files that includes all of the files that you want to send, rather than sending each of those files individually to the other person. So the key point of this is when you zip your files, the person on the other end that's receiving the files needs to know how to unzip them so that they can use the files. Also, sometimes email systems might block zipped files as attachments because it might see it as a security threat. Also, now we do have cloud storage, so if you want to share files with other people, you can do it via OneDrive and Dropbox and some of those other avenues rather than sending zipped files and folders back and forth. So if you think about it, zipping and compressing files is like packing a suitcase for a trip. When you're preparing for the trip, you put all of your clothes in the suitcase, you zip the suitcase, and then once you get to your destination, you have to unzip the suitcase and then unpack the clothes so that you can use them. So it's similar with the zipped file. You're going to zip all of those files into one folder, send the folder to the other person, and the other person will have to unzip or extract those files before they can use the files. So let's go in. I've got a couple of folders here. Let's go in and look at how to zip a file. I have 3 folders, and each of those has different files within the folders, and then I have some files. So let's say I want to take all of those and put them into one folder that is zipped so that I can send those to someone else. I can click on the first one and then Control and click on each of the others. Or I can click on the first one and press Shift and then click on the last one while holding Shift, and that selects everything in between. Once you have selected all of the files and folders that you would like to zip and send to someone, simply just right-click on any of the highlighted items, and there's an option for Send To, and choose Compressed or Zipped Folder. Again, compressing them puts them into a reduced format in which one folder includes all of those files that are compressed in size. And it might take a minute, depending on the number of files that you have. So this is going to zip all of the folders and the files within them, as well as the extra files. It will produce the zipped file here, and I'm going to call it All Word Files. And you can see that the file type says that it's a compressed or zipped folder, and it has a zipper on the zipped file. So let's go in, and I'm just going to copy this, and let's say I'm sending it to someone and they download the zipped folder, or they received the zipped folder somehow. Okay, so this is on the receiving end. Okay, so this is a zipped folder which includes all of the files and folders. You can see that I included. So on the receiving end, the person would need to extract or unzip that folder before they can use the files. So when you click on the folder, there should be an option, or you can double click on it, to extract those files. And then you can choose where you want to extract those files. And I'm just going to say extract. It will show the extracted files when completed. And so here we have, under my unzipped folder, this is the zipped file. I still have that intact. It still contains everything. But I also have the unzipped files, and these I can use. I can go in and edit. Now, a key here is this zipped folder can be sort of like a backup folder because it still includes everything that you unzipped. It's still in the zipped format. So if you don't need it, you can delete the zipped folder, or you can keep it just sort of as a backup.